just withdrawing that particular point of order, then we'll come, procedural motion.
Therefore, Honorable Speaker, with your indulgence, I beg to withdraw the order listed as order number 8 on the procedural motion to a later time, Honorable Speaker.
No, the person who's supposed to have a point of order is Honorable Wandai, not Honorable Mbui. Proceed, Honorable Wandai.
Madam Speaker, I raise a point of order that the House has got no quorum, and therefore the House can't proceed. Yes.
Honorable members, I direct that we ring the bell for 10 minutes. The bell is being rung. You can't have a point of order when the bell is being rung.
Well, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gladys Bose, has directed a quorum bell be rung for 10 minutes. This follows the lack of quorum in the House. This was after the leader of the minority party in the National Assembly, Honorable Opiyo Wandai, rose on a point of order informing the Speaker that the House lacks the requisite quorum for the business of the day to continue inside the House. But what transpired before that particular occurrence of lack of order in the House, remember that the House had already begun its business from 2:30. But the issue on the National Government Constituency Development Fund that the leader of the minority party, Honorable Opiyo Wandai, rose to raise in the House, indicating that the members of the National Assembly, or rather the NGCDF committees, have not received the monies at the constituency level, and the House is expected, or rather set, to proceed on a long recess that will put the constituencies at a limbo, considering the fact that in January the House will not be sitting, and it is a time or a point that most of the schools reopen, and most of the students who come from needy or vulnerable families require the funds commonly referred to as bursaries that usually cater for their school fees or financial ability in that capacity. So it is from that point that the member for the Honorable Member Opiyo Wandai informed the House that they need to take action as a House to ensure that the monies are disbursed before the House proceeds on recess that is slated to start from 8th of this month, after the last sitting that will be on the Thursday of 7th in the afternoon sitting. And we also saw the leader of the majority party, Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, also indicating that the House is in agreement with regards to the monies that need to reach the constituencies before the recess, or before January, in order that when the schools reopen, then families who are not able to cater for their children's school fees can be able to benefit from such funds. But in his defense, or rather defending the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury and National Planning, as well as the CEO of NGCDF, the Honorable Leader of Majority indicated that he had earlier on engaged the CS Treasury and National Planning and the CEO for the National Government Constituency Development Fund, and that they confirmed that they will be working on that particular issue and they will be able to avail the money before the House takes its break for the long recess that is on Thursday. In this case, there are 36 constituencies that are said to have not yet submitted their proposals to the NGCDF board, and that they need to do so. However, the majority leader, or rather the majority of party majority leader, has indicated that they noted to the NGCDF board that whether there has been availability or non-availability of the proposals, no committee or no constituency should be left out in terms of being given the monies. The member for the chair for the National Government Constituency Development Fund Committee, Honorable Musa Sirma, who also took the stand to convince the members that there are engagements that are underway between the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury and the CEO of the NGCDF board, that they have agreed to disburse the monies before the recess begins, and also indicating that they need a total of about 40% of the monies that need to cover the bursary, which is said to be the most crucial bit in terms of the NGCDF monies that assists a bigger chunk of the community, especially those from the vulnerable side of the society, or those from the lower part of the pyramid. But members, beginning from all the comments that were being made by the honorable members, the members in the chambers were not agreeing to the commitments that were being made by the Honorable Member Kimani Ichung'wah, who is the leader of the majority party and the chair of the NGCDF, who was saying that they have engaged the Treasury and National Planning Office, as well as the CEO, as well as the board of the NGCDF, and that they have shown some commitments to have the money disbursed before the recess begins. The members were not agreeing to those commitments that were being made by those leaders, and yet they did not buy the idea that the money will be disbursed before Thursday or before the beginning of the recess, and thereby most of the members walked out of the chambers. The members walked out of the chambers, and basically that is what has happened. The next order was read, but the leader of the minority party, Opiyo Wandayi, rose on a point of order, indicating that there is no quorum for the House to continue with the other business in the order paper for today's afternoon sitting. So basically that is what is happening, but allow me to take you to the other house of the parliament, that is the Senate, for the proceedings, as we await to see how the National Assembly will be taking up this matter.
Of the House, I will exercise my discretion to allow a few members to make a few comments and pay tribute to our departed colleague. We'll each have 2 minutes just for efficiency.